colonizing it. I was wondering if there's different types of propulsion systems that we've been studying, maybe ion.
Propulsion systems to Mars. I'll try this one. Currently, you can actually design a human mission to Mars using chemical propulsion. Chemical propulsion might be, oxygen and hydrogen. It will take you about 9 months to get there. You might have to stay there for long enough to allow the Earth and Mars to reposition themselves, so maybe an 18-month stay on Mars, and then 9 months to come back. Another very promising way of doing this is using nuclear energy to generate heat and bring only one fuel, which would be hydrogen, a gas that is as light as possible. By running hydrogen through a nuclear reactor, you accelerate the gas and you end up with very high ejection velocities and therefore high speeds for yourself. And so this is called a nuclear thermal rocket. It's one of my favorite ways of going to Mars because you can get there in about 3 to 6 months, depending on the size of the engine. There are other ways of going to Mars, for example, solar electric propulsion. Those ways are much slower, but they're perfect for cargo when you are not sending a crew there, so you have all the time that you need to slowly get your cargo out there, reposition it, and then eventually when it's time for the crew to go, the crew can go chemical or nuclear thermal. There are a number of other variants as well, but, good question. Get yourself a pass.
This question is for Dr. Glass. If you had your dream budget, what would be the top 5 projects you would do? If you had your dream budget, what would be the top 5 projects you would do?
That's a very good question. If I had an unlimited budget, the top 5 projects, well, if we are going to go to Mars, we have to learn how to live there. That means we really need to be able to live off the land in some sense and be able to use Martian resources if we're going to go going and stay there. I think we're only just scratching the surface. Some of the work I've done in drilling and excavation and lunar and Martian resources leads me to think that if we really want to go do more than flags and footprints, we have to learn how to use CO2 and regolith and be able to bring less of what we need in order to stay there and operate. We also need better spacesuits. We need life support systems that can take advantage of this. And we need better ground surveys and instruments to see where the deposit of materials and to do science before we send humans there. So I think that's fine.